Hello everyone. In this video, I will demonstrate how to use Tableau to analyze some of the data. So we have uh, faculty services database here. So if I open up and see the relationship, you have transaction master where all the details are given here. You have customer master, you have employee master, product master, location master, price master, and there are ton of data here. If you just go here, and you're gonna see there are almost 68,000 records. And basically, what you want to do is you want to find some hidden trends and visualize the data. That's gonna help you, analyze the hidden trend and unlock hidden knowledge. So let's see how we can do that using Tableau here. So I'm just gonna briefly walk you through each table. That's the employee table. It has all the employee data here. This customer master, all the customer related data here, and you have product master. It has different product segments here, product description and business segment. So we're gonna analyze some of this data here. So I'm going to close this one. I don't need to do anything in MS Access. And I'm going to open the Tableau. You need to download the Tableau. If you just Google Tableau public download, you should be able to get the link. And once you download it, this and launch it, this is the first window you're going to see here. So I have an Access data source. I'm going to click on the Access, browse here, and I have that thing selected here. So I'm just going to go with the facility services. In fact, I'm going to go to the desktop here. And this is the one I want to target. Say okay here. So it's going to give me this drag tables here window. I need to basically link all the tables using primary key and foreign key. So I'm just going to drag the transaction master. That's my main table linking with every other table. So it's going to be customer transaction. That means there is one-to-many relationship between customer and transaction. One customer can have any transaction, and each transaction belongs to exactly one customer. So likewise, employee here, likewise location, likewise product master, and price master. If you see here, it's related to location and product master. So if you double click on it, it's going to tell you. It's going to linking the location master, the branch number of the location master with the branch number of the price master, and product number of the product master with the product number of the price master. So it's kind of linking both the tables, but it usually shows only on one table here. So basically, this is a massive inner join. You see fetching data from all those tables. All the matching records are being fetched here. So that's done deal. Let's go ahead and do some data worksheet here. So I'm going to click on first worksheet here. Let's do a simple map here. So first of all, the city uh, is not coded as geographic fields. I'm gonna change that to geographic fields. So I'm gonna say geographic role city here. And the moment you do that, you see latitude and longitude. All I can do is drag the city to the details area here, and it's gonna show the city on the map here. I can then drag the cells to the size here. That's going to change the size of each circle depending upon the sales amount they are generating. And then I can also, let's say, bring in, let's say, business segment. I can bring in business segment to the color location here, and instantly you see landscaping. You know, so landscaping and area beautification is more popular in California area, while in Florida you see maintenance and repairs are more popular here. So that's a simple map showing the sales by the location, the city, and by the business segment. So I'm going to say here, this is my map, sales by city. Let's go ahead and create another Pareto chart here. Let's say I want to see the top 10 employees that I have in my company. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag the employee here. Let's say employee number I'm interested in column here, and I'm going to drag the sales amount, put it here, and then I want to create a Pareto chart here. So I'm going to sort this in descending order here, and then this is like the individual bars. I want the running total as such. So first of all, I'm going to click on entire view here. Then I will drop down this one. I'm going to see give me the running total. This started looking pretty much like a Pareto chart here. This one I'm going to change it to percentage, and the way to do that is go to the edit table calculations here. First of all, this running total is across the employee number. I want to secondary perform secondary calculation here. Let's say percentage of total, and that's gonna be for employee number here. I'm gonna say apply. Say okay here. So you see already that thing coming up. You can add a reference line here about 80%. So I'm gonna click here, add a reference line. I'm gonna say constant here. I'm gonna say 80 here. That's my reference line here. You can do other things as well, like you can convert this to what do you call the percentage of the employees instead of individual employee number. So that could be a good way to analyze the data. For that, we need to do the calculated field. Uh, so here I'm gonna right click here, do the calculated field. I'm gonna say percent of employee, and I'm gonna here write index. That's the index for each customer divided by the size of the data set. So basically what it's going to do is if you have 100 employees and this is one of the 100 employees, so it's going to do 1 by 100. That's going to give you the percentile score for this particular customer. And we're going to do that okay here. Now I'm going to drop this one. Let's see here. It's not going to do much here. Then I can bring this employee number to the details section here. So again, this is not making much of a sense here because it's not doing proper job here. Let's say I want to go to the edit table calculation here, and I want to say use it for employee number, not the table across, and that should do the trick. So this is what it should look like. Now this thing we have to convert that to a percentage. Now right click here, format it, and I'm gonna say don't use the number, but give me the percentage with 0 decimal places, and that should do the trick. Okay, so basically, and I can add a reference line here. Let's say add a reference line constant to 20%. Okay, so this basically tells you now 80-20 rule here, with 80% of the employees bringing in 20% of the employees bringing in almost 80% of the revenues here. But that's just a reference line here, maybe 30% of the employees bringing 80% of the revenue. And you can virtually find those employees if you hover over individual score or circles here. You can also change those type to line or maybe area, whatever you like. I like it line, so I'm gonna leave it to line. Okay, default was circle, right? So I'm gonna use let's see. Yeah, default was automatic, so I'm gonna leave it that way. So this is another one. So I'm gonna say this is employees. Let's do another one. Hmm, now let's do the trend, monthly trend for sales amounts. I'm gonna say you have your service date here. Let's say in the transaction table your service date. So I'm gonna bring it here, and I'm gonna bring the sales amount here. So that's the sales amount. Okay. So what I want to do here, I want to show the monthly data here. Okay. And I want to do the entire view here. So that's like monthly view, and then I want to show this trend by, let's say, a region type. So I'm gonna drag the region to the color area. What I can do is I can create the hierarchy here, market and region. So I'm just gonna, I know that one region has many market, each market belongs to one region, so there is a hierarchy there. So I'm gonna drag the market and put it in the region is gonna create the hierarchy. I'm gonna say okay here, and I will use that hierarchy here to here. So this instantly tell me which regions are doing good. I can see this south regions are doing very good here, followed by the west. And if I click on this plus symbol here, instantly I can see the various market here, California and other stuff, Florida, followed by Florida. So they are doing extremely well. It looks like there is a peak in February here, and November, and there's a big drop in January and December. That's kind of trend. Other markets are kind of pretty stable. So there are a lot of variation. You can see seasonality. You can see in California market and Florida market. So I'm gonna see these as a timeline, or maybe line sales trend by market. Let's do another one. This time we're gonna do a simple tree map. So how we're gonna do that here is we want to analyze the, again, the region is there. So I'm gonna put the region in the column area and the sales amount here. So bring it, nothing exciting here. It's the same thing. You can always drill it down to the market. Okay, but this time I want to use what we call tree map. So instantly you can see this beautiful tree map here. The darker green means more sales, lesser green means less sales. And you can double click on this one to change the color if you want. I'm gonna leave it like that. And there is a hierarchy here. So if you just click on plus symbol, it's gonna tell you specifically what area was that and what market segment in that region. For example, this is the south region in Florida in south region. This is the west region in California in the west region. So it tells you the region in the market with the label, which is kind of neat. So I'm gonna say this is tree map sales by region. Now I'm gonna put all those things in on the dashboard. So I'll click on the dashboard here. I'm gonna bring the map, let's say Plateau chart on the right here. I'm gonna do this to automatic so that I have a lot of area here. I'm gonna do the timeline here, and I'm gonna do the chart here. Let me do. Yeah. So I want to make sure that these legions are associated with particular map. So I'm gonna make this floating here. Say floating here, and bring it somewhere here. And I'm gonna make this as a floating here. Bring it somewhere here. Okay, now I'm gonna add another one. So I'm gonna say filter chart to the right. Yeah. It doesn't have any filter or region, that's good. I'm gonna bring the trend here. It has a region, so I'm gonna, This goes here. Okay. And this region I'm going to make it floating, and I'm going to bring it here. Okay. So that we know which regions belongs to which one. So I'm going to see that C map here, and that's the sales amount. I'm going to make it floating and bring it here. Okay. Yeah. So this is I'm gonna put this in this is in the entire view now. This I'm gonna say the entire view, right? And this, if it doesn't make a lot of sense, you can delete this thing. I'm gonna leave it here just for the reference. But if you don't need it, you can delete it now. You can use these sheets as a filter. So I'm gonna click on their use as filter, and I'm gonna click every sheet here and use as filter here. And probably I don't need to use these two things as filter, but if you click on this one, it's going to update all the map. It's going to show me the top employees in that area, all the market segment highlighted here for the California, right? And likewise, if I click on North Michigan, it's going to highlight that area, and accordingly this area here, and give me the data specific to that particular region. So this is tightly integrated as such. Very interesting map here. Okay. To undo this one is really a challenge, looks like. So it's not giving me any blank areas. So I'm just going to do normal view here. So if you click outside, it's going to give me that thing. So I'm going to leave it like that. So this is how you create a little dashboard using Tableau, using real data. I'm going to publish this as onto my Tableau public, and I'm going to save this as yes, I'm not going to call this as video services demo. So this will upload the things on the Tableau public, and you'll get a nice dashboard here. Make sure the format, the focus is on the dashboard. So here is your dashboard, and this is very interactive. So you can just select anywhere here. That should still work. Yeah, yeah. And then you can share this one with anyone. If you click on the share here, if you just copy and paste this link and email it to anybody, they should be able to see exactly same view here. Okay, you can download all the files related to this one. Okay, okay, why it's giving me this one, I don't know, but I just want to download this one. Okay, okay, somebody can download, you should be able to download those files as well. Okay, so This is acting weird, but I guess you can click on Tableau workbook here. It should download all the files. This is Tableau workbook, and I'm pretty sure you should be able to open this workbook in a Tableau software and go from there. So with this, I'm gonna end my lecture video here. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you with more videos.